We are back talking about tough conversations, how to talk with your kids at home and your students about what's happening at school, about these threats being called in and whether or not they feel safe. So we want to then send things over to our Darcy Strickland, who is with several students and their parents from Richland District 1 and 2 about how they are feeling tonight. Darce.
Andrea, thank you so much. We're so lucky to have Kathy, Kayon, and Kaylee here, parents Kendra and Jermaine, to talk about the security concerns over the last couple of days. We want to make sure that we're talking to our kids at home in a way that we get answers from them. And so the best way to do that is to bring the kids in, right, Kathy, and ask them what's the right way to handle this. So I know you're a student over at Spring Valley, senior class president. Yes, I think I gave you the promotion of student body president, but you deserve it. So senior class president, you've been at school over the last several days when this is happening. Talk to me about what it feels like to be at school in the middle of this.
So Monday, everything was normal. Tuesday was when everything, just happened. I think everyone is just upset. It's definitely been very traumatizing considering that we had to evacuate the past 3 days. It's just really disruptive because we're students. We just go to school to learn, be in a safe environment, and things like this happen. It's just really unfortunate, and it's just really frustrating.
You talked about the trauma of it. What does it feel like to constantly have to go through these drills? Is it okay for me to call it a drill?
I was here last time too on this live broadcast, and it's a bit sad that we have to have this conversation again, and things like this happen over and over again. But I think what's most important is that all of us are really close, and we have great leadership at our school. Our teachers, everyone remained calm, everyone was collected, and so I think that is what didn't make us really scared about it. We felt safe with the leadership of everyone at Spring Valley. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to step over here and talk to Kayon right now because, there's that conversation. Tough guys don't cry, right, Kayon? Yeah. All right. So boys hear that a lot. We say that, and I don't think it's really the right thing to say. But what is the right thing to say to our young men? How do we start the conversation? What does Dad Jermaine say to you so you don't just say, I'm fine? How do we start that conversation?
I feel like it's best to share your emotions, especially with your parents, because they help you get through a lot more than you think, and they can help you a lot more than some other people can.
Yeah, I know you're saying that, but a lot of times for young men, when you ask them that question, and Jermaine, you jump in too, when you say, "Are you okay, son?" What does he say?
I'm fine. Everything's good.
So how do we get more than just "I'm fine" out of you?
You can kind of say what's on your chest and what you're actually feeling instead of just giving them basic answers so they can actually get to feel you more.
Yeah. Sounds like he's saying that we as parents need to ask more open-ended questions. And I know your mom, Kendra, is behind you, and we'll have Mr. Jermaine hand her the microphone. So what are those open-ended questions that we as parents can ask that will get you to open up?
So basic questions do lead to basic answers. So when you do ask more analytical questions, ask more questions that will get into their mind and their heart, you know what's going through your child's mind and in their child's heart.
Kendra, it sounds like Kaylee is one of those kids you don't have to worry about not telling you everything that's going on. How does that work, Mom?
She's an open book, to be honest, Darcy. So we just try to make sure that we keep the lines of communication open to ensure that we're engaging regularly and check in more in depth sometimes just to make sure she's okay.
How do you feel as a parent having to deal with this?
Nervous, frightened, to be honest, because you've seen what's happened in other places, and it's just really hard to deal with as a parent, to sit back and just wait on the phone call or the email message from the school on what's going on.
Kaylee, what's it like in school?
At Richland Northeast, we've had not only this week, but we've had the traumatic stuff happening last week as well. And so to have those back-to-back-to-back moments, it's been a lot on the student body as a whole, and it's been a lot on our ego as a school, because Richland Northeast doesn't have the best livelihood and environment, and having those happen in our school, it just brought the whole school environment down.
It's tough because there's a lot of good kids at that school. And so unfortunately, when things like this happen, it makes it seem like everybody's not doing the right thing.
Yes, and there's a lot of high moments, but a lot of lower moments have shown through at our school, and that's not where all of us are about.
What do you say to encourage other young people who are watching tonight who may be feeling down? Because it seems like you've done a really good job of keeping your spirits high.
I would say get invested, talk. Talking is the most important thing, because if you don't communicate what you are feeling, they'll turn into turmoil, and it will bubble down, and it will get stuck, and you will erupt. And having that little open-ended place with your parents, with those friends, helps you sort of calm down and stay tranquil.
Perfect. Young people, thank you so much for having these tough conversations with us again today. And parents, good job. Kathy, tell your mom I said good job too.